Yo, what is going on, everyone? My name is Nick, or the Notorious Fantasy, and in today's video, we're going to be doing running backs in free agency. We're going to be talking about every single guy here that is notable and talking where we think they will end up in a couple of weeks when free agency goes through. I believe next week, that is. So let's just get right into it. Actually, before we get right into it, everyone say hi. Lucas is here, Tyler is here, and as is Dan. All their links are down below in the description. We're not going to give a lot of fluff because we've been here for 2 hours recording videos. So let's get right into it. The
Yeah.
first running back to talk about here is Mr. Melvin Gordon, the man who loves to sit in Cabo on the beach instead of showing up to practice. Where do you guys think Melvin Gordon goes? Anyone can start.
Yeah, well, he goes to the beach. He goes to Miami. I love that. I think they can bring in a rookie running back as well to go with Melvin Gordon. I think it'd be fun. They have a lot of cap room, and there's not too many leads of people they want to go grab. I think they get a veteran running back. Melvin Gordon's still a really good back. You pair him with a good rookie, too. It's not great fantasy-wise, but I think there's a lot of value there.
I don't know. So, not on the Dolphins. I'm going the Texans because I think that they are in that win now mode. We saw that last year. Carlos Hyde, Lamar Miller. We'll both mention they're both trash down below, or not down below. Later on in the video, they are both free agents. Duke Johnson's there, but Duke Johnson's strictly a pass catching back. I think Melvin Gordon would slide in nice. It's going to be funny now that he's going to get like 8 mil, like 5 mil less than what he held out for, and he's back in the same situation because he's not even on a team right now. But I think the Texans would be the perfect fit. He would easily be 1,000. I mean, Carlos had hit 1,000 yards with that terrible offensive line. He'd easily be a 1,300 plus running back, 2 down back, 3 down back if necessary. I think he would just slide in perfectly for 2-3 years, and then they'd worry about a running back in the future.
I do not trust Bill O'Brien at all. I'd much rather see him in like Tampa Bay with Bruce Arians. Maybe he could figure it out there. Melvin Gordon is a very good running back. Obviously, he likes to chill out by the beach in Tampa Bay. Maybe there's a beach there. I don't know. I'm not some type of geography genius. It's nice down there. It's nice and hot. Him and Jameis Winston could have some nice, good times down there. I think Melvin Gordon is an amazing back. I think given he goes to one of these teams like Tampa, Miami, Texans, he could be definitely a viable fantasy football running back. But you obviously have to temper your expectations if he goes away or like in Miami, because it just seems like they never know what to do with a fucking running back. I know they have a new coach now. Flores is much better than that dumbass Adam Gase. But at the end of the day, I think that Melvin Gordon will be pretty solid wherever he goes. Hopefully it is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. What do you think of Dan?
I mean, Lucas prefaced it. I just see the Texans as being a perfect fit here. I mean, they're in a win now mode. They need a running back. I mean, Lamar Miller is dead. Duke Johnson, what's he gonna offer you between the tackles? Melvin Gordon steps in a situation where that team needs a running back. The offensive line isn't great, but you got a running back who can really make up for that. He's good in the receiving game. He offers you plenty of versatility. I mean, I just feel like it's a great fit personally. Really what they're lacking to pair with Watson and Hopkins is a good run game. And by getting a guy like Melvin Gordon, you got the cap space. I mean, right now, they're just one and done in the playoffs. Like, every time you watch them, they're one and done in the playoffs. I mean, this year they made it to, the divisional round? I mean, they're never going to make it past that, realistically. Maybe get another piece of your offense because, I mean, they got pieces on their defense. I mean, they're old, but they have pieces. Maybe fill that one need that you have on your offense. I mean, I keep saying on your offense, but, I mean, that's the whole point here. I mean, he kind of going through the whole thing. It's a great fit. I mean, yeah.
I mean, it's more.
If I say one more if I say on their offense one more time, I'm just going to blow myself.
It's more about, I think, like a confidence of. I mean, I think everyone agrees that they have Melvin Gordon than Carlos Hyde in their backfield, and I think that's just more of a team building part to it. And obviously, they don't have any picks because they went all in and got Tunzel and Kenny Stills and did they get Clowney? I'm pretty sure. No, Clowney went to Seattle. Clowney was already there.
Yeah.
So they're just they're going to be in that middle of the draft where I think they're just going to try and draft a lot of depth, their best available, which could be a running back. But obviously, like we said, free agency comes before the draft. And I think that they are better off in terms of fantasy value and regular value of just getting Gordon, worry about a running back in 2-3 years to come.
See, I think he's a solid fit there. I'm just worried about Bill O'Brien. Like, I actually hate that guy. That's the reason why – yeah, Dan said that they can never get past anywhere in the playoffs. That's why, because that guy's a certified idiot, and they even elevated him. They're like, he's like half their GM. What the fuck is wrong with you? How stupid are you? Houston should be ashamed that they have this guy. It's a small brain move, a midget. Terrible. I honestly think I could be a better GM than him, and I don't know anything, and I could do that. He is so bad.
You can't even read.
He's a garbage
coach. I should send him my CD Lamb article.
Exactly. You should send him your fucking resume because you could be the new coach. He's so bad. This guy's an embarrassment. I don't even want to talk about Melvin Gordon anymore because the Texans just piss me off. They have Duke Johnson, who could be amazing, but they're fucking stupid because they don't pass the ball to a running back. But
they traded a third-round pick for that guy. What the heck?
It's okay trade, though.
A third-round pick that's now potentially being tendered for Kareem Hunt. Quick segue. Ooh, $215 million being held on him in a third-round pick. A guy that potentially will stay with the Browns. I'm curious of what you guys' thoughts are on him.
Karate Kick Kareem Hunt is staying in Cleveland. He is going to make the Nick Chubb owners cry. We talked about this before, not in the video, it was just off camera, but I love Nick Chubb, but at the end of the day, I think Kareem Hunt's going to continue to be there. They're going to pass the ball to him about a shit ton, but the thing is their new coach is going to be more run heavy, so I think that does going to kind of hurt Kareem Hunt because Kareem Hunt's not going to be getting a lot of running plays, a lot of running action unless Nick Chubb ends up getting hurt, but I think that Kareem Hunt stays put in Cleveland. I mean, if he could go back to the Chiefs, that would be fucking amazing, but I don't think they would allow him back there.
It's weird because there's kind of two ends to it. Like, what team is going to sign Kareem Hunt to a big contract or match a third round? Like, what team's going to give up a third round for Kareem Hunt, who has the problems he has, when they could just go draft a running back in the third round, like Anthony McFarland, RB5 of the class? But there's also the other side of the Browns, which why would the Browns not bring him back? Let's face it, the Browns aren't as good as everyone thought, minus me last year. So they need all the help they can get. So why wouldn't they just bring back Kareem Hunt for $2 or $3 million or whatever it is? And if some team wants to give him a third-round pick, cool. Then just go draft a running back in the third round that is younger, doesn't have issues, and can do the same things as him. So I think he's staying just because, like, it's just what team's going to throw him a third-round pick plus obviously the contract that would come with it. So –
Yeah, mainly because I hate Nick. I think he's going back. I think he's going to go to the Texans because Bill O'Brien's a great coach, great GM, really knows how to run an offense, always gets past the first round in the playoffs. No, but seriously, I don't think I don't know. I struggle to see them pulling in Melvin Gordon, and I don't think Bill O'Brien values third-round picks. I don't think he values any pick, clearly.
He doesn't care.
I don't know. It's Kareem Hunt he's going to be a good fantasy value because he's going to catch all Nick Chubb's balls that Nick Chubb could be catching as a workhorse, but he's not going to. So I think Kareem Hunt would do better on the Browns than he would anywhere else because I don't think he's going to go anywhere else.
How much is how much is Kareem making right now? Because maybe he can get a more lucrative deal in the UFC. We've seen his kicking power, so.
Okay, move on.
All right, let's move on past Mr. Karate Kick Kareem Hunt back to the Browns. Yeah, so the next guy to talk about here, not even anything to talk about. Austin Ekeler ends up signing back with the Chargers. Obviously, that's going to be great for Austin Ekeler. We don't really have to talk about this too much because if we think Melvin Gordon is going to be gone, Austin Ekeler should be amazing. Does anyone have a counter argument to that or no?
He's an RB1 in fantasy. I'll stick on that right now until the whole season.
Yeah,
I'll kind of tie in two people here. So I'm going to tie in Jordan Howard or Carlos Hyde in this. The only, I don't want to say scare I have with Austin Ekeler is, or not scare, the only thing I think you could set him back was his deal was not that big. I think it was like $6 million a year, which, I mean, that's a lot, but that's not workhorse money. And I don't want to say that Ekeler obviously wasn't worth that and wasn't going to command that, but I just don't think he is a workhorse in a sense. We saw it in like the 5 games last year, but that was 5 games in PPR where he was catching 10 balls a game. So it wasn't like he was like grinding the tackles for 25 plus carries in those games. He was just being used a lot in the passing game, and he's very efficient in that. So I could easily see them going and getting like a Carlos Hyde and Jordan Howard just to replace that. Yeah, it makes sense because they're going to be cheap. I mean, Jordan Howard's going to be 25 next year. So why wouldn't they just go throw a 3-year deal at Jordan Howard and roll with Jordan Howard and Austin Ekeler for 3 years or whatever the case may be? It's basically just a Bears 2 years ago when they had Cohen and Jordan Howard, and it worked. So that's the only thing I could see with Austin Ekeler, sort of his value going down. But I don't think it's in a PPR league, you're still going to get what you're drafting him for, I think, this upcoming year.
Yeah, definitely. Austin Ekeler is going to be worth a lot, especially if Jordan Howard comes in there. Jordan Howard can't catch the ball worth anything. I know a couple of years ago, if you were a fan of fantasy a couple years ago, they'd talk about how he'd stand there in front of the jugs machine for hours to try to catch the ball. He never developed it. This man is has garbage hands. He's terrible. So I don't really know if anyone else wants to talk about Ekeler or Jordan Howard, or we could just move on.
Yeah, mainly just want to talk about the pairing. I think there's a few guys in this running back class of free agents that I think are going to be very good pairings to go with some guys. I think there's a lot of teams that are starting to shift to this two running back system, which sucks
You
for
have
fantasy.
to.
But you know, Lamar Miller, Carlos Hyde, Jordan Howard, these are guys that will pair really, really well with obviously a much more talented guy above them. Um, I think Jordan Howard's an excellent fit with the Chargers. I like that.
I like it as
And
well. Dan, you got
they could
anything on that?
easily.
Oh,
Or
I
go
would
for
hate
it.
that for my Justin Jackson stonks.
Oh, I got so many of those too.
Oh,
But don't put it past them. I think if they say they don't sign any of the free agents, I think like a guy like AJ Dillon or
oh man.
like a
Bulldozer.
Keyshawn Vaughn or something in like the second or the early third. I think, like, I mean, it's the. I guess what I'm trying to say is they're not going to go into the season with just Justin Jackson and Austin Ekeler.
Yeah.
It's just not the Chargers. There's never. I just don't think it will be
Unfortunate.
them. Because I mean, Justin Jackson is good, but you can't just like throw everything into Justin Jackson and Austin Ekeler and Justin Herbert, who can't handle the pressure. So we'll see.
Tyler, do you need new pants after you heard Vaughn's name come up? I saw you
Dude,
just came.
Dude,
Stop
when you
it.
guys talk
Stop
my
it.
rookies, man, I gotta get excited. That's
Move
my
on.
shit.
Move on.
Dude, Keyshawn Vaughn's such a god. Facts. He won't be drafted in the third round, which will make me cry. So
It's okay. You're going to be crying a lot as a Dolphins fan. Next guy to talk about here is big man Derrick Henry of the Tennessee Titans. Does anyone here personally believe he will not be signed back to the Tennessee Titans?
He's holding out. That's my case. He's just not gonna. He's gonna like not get the money he wants, and he's gonna do some holdout thing, or maybe they're gonna tag him. He's not gonna show up. It's just he wanted a baseline, like bottom line, $10 million. What team is gonna pay him $10 million? I mean, we can just look at the top teams in the NFL in terms of cap space here.
You can ask the Rams; they'll pay him.
So the Dolphins, I could see that, but they're not going to. They're definitely in rebuild mode. There's no way they're going to do that. Like the fit would make sense. The Colts would make sense, but Ballard's smart. He's just going to ride Marlon Mack and Naeem Hines. The Buccaneers not really make sense because it's not their offensive style. The Bills would make sense. I've been seeing a lot of that lately. They could throw him like a 2-year deal, roll with him in Singletary because they're trying to sort of take over that division like we've been talking about. Giants, no. Cowboys, no. Texans could, but they're not really like they run the ball a lot, but they're not like here you go, Derrick Henry, go run for 40. Like they're just kind of not not a ground and pound. They're more of a just efficient offense in general. The Panthers, no. Redskins, they could. That'd be a very bold move to pair with AP, Darius Guys from Bryce Love. But I guess what I was trying to show is that the top 10 teams in cap, the Browns are 10, are not in the market for a huge running back deal, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So I don't know. It's just, it makes no sense. If he was smart, he would just take like $6 million, go play for like the Patriots or someone and go win like 3 ships or something, but he's definitely not going to. So
Yeah, I know you were talking about Darius Geis before. I know this has nothing to do with anything, but that guy's a fucking bum as well. I just want that to be known. Now, Tyler, what is your opinion on Mr. Derrick Henry?
he's staying. I don't see any reason why not. I like the Bills play, but it won't happen. I think the Titans are very dedicated to wrapping him up. And honestly, I think he deserves all the money he gets because he brought them to the AFC Championship
I
game.
agree.
And they barely scraped into the playoffs. So all the money that he gets, he deserves, even if it's overpaid. I think the game with running backs where we just are like, don't pay him at all, it doesn't work. Sometimes they've seriously earned that money. I mean, they've been making rookie money since they got in the league. I think Derrick Henry deserves the money. Now, whether it'll pay off, probably won't. It never does.
Yeah.
But I definitely think he's definitely earned money.
The thing that he deserves the money, but running backs in general don't deserve that much money. It's kind of like the dilemma that we're at right now. Because, I mean, he earned it, like you said, but like we're saying, it never works out when you pay him that much.
You better be careful because if you pay a top running back, you may lose a top 5 corner in return.
Sure.
Byron Jones, Cowboys shout out.
Man,
But yeah, there's like limited teams I think he will go to. But the Titans obviously are the front runner, but we mentioned in the quarterbacks, or we will mention, I don't know when these are coming out or what order they're coming out in, but they're in not that they're in a tight cap space, but they have a lot of free agents to sign back. So it'll be very intriguing. He could just go to the Dolphins and you guys could pay him like $12 million a year and then he'd run for like 800 yards and it'd actually be kind of funny if they only ran for like 800 yards in the Dolphins or something.
Dude, I'm not.
I should have an interesting spot.
it makes sense, but I just don't think the Dolphins want to. And I mean, they have the money, but I don't think it would make any sense for them to do that because it would completely go against the rebuild they're in.
It would make no sense when we have 2 second-round picks. Just draft fucking Dalvin.
Exactly. And the Titans are in an easy spot to draft Jonathan Taylor at 28 or whatever they're at too. So.
Yeah,
what about the team behind you?
Byron Jones. So.
Is the team.
The Broncos.
Oh, they're apparently looking for
moving on from Royce Freeman. Yeah.
Who is that guy?
Royce Freeman? Wait, he's trashed. Philip Lindsay's a running back. I don't know why we're looking for a running back because what is drafting J.K. Dobbins going to help you? Like, I mean, he's going to want full carries, but you're just not going to give your Pro Bowl undrafted free agent carries anymore. Like, it makes no sense.
I mean, they already have a great quarterback in Horsecock Drew Lock, so what else could they need? A running back, I
think you like him more than me, honestly, and that's saying something.
I love him, but honestly, I don't think there's anything really else to say, unless you got anything, Dan, on Derrick Henry.
Oh, I was just going to say, we prefaced the Broncos as being a team to draft. What if – I mean, I'm not too familiar with their cap at the moment.
They're like top 10, I believe, or they're close to it. They're well above the average.
Would you throw it out of the ballpark to suggest that maybe Henry could be a landing spot there?
No, I don't think it'd be bad because we do run a zone running scheme that the Titans do because we're switching to one because Shermer's coming and we got the Steelers offensive line coach last year and he didn't really get to choose what kind of scheme he ran, but he runs a zone in the Steelers. That's why all running backs run well in the Steelers because when you have a good O-line like the Broncos do and then you add a zone running scheme, you're just going to put up numbers. This is how it works. I mean, I want to say I'd be opposed to it, but I don't want to get him and then not get any receivers or bolster up the defense. Like I think we have more needs than running back, but I don't want to say Philip Lindsay can take it because obviously he's a very hit or miss running back. He's just an elusive back, and obviously those aren't going to put up numbers all the time. So it'd be interesting.
I just don't understand why they want to move on from Royce Freeman so quickly.
Yeah, me either.
He hasn't shown me anything that would suggest he's a bad running back.
Because I don't even know it's that. Yeah, it could just be that I don't want to say we're in like a good window right now, but if we add a receiver or two, we have one of the greatest defensive coaches as our head coach, one of the greatest offensive line coaches. It could just be like we can get Henry for 4 more years and maybe in that second or third year be in the playoffs type move. So
I like the Broncos. I think they have a really good future.
Yeah.
I mean,
see.
like
I'm not
even
going
this
to say
year.
anything yet.
I know.
Yeah. I wouldn't put it past them. But, yeah, I think – I don't even know where we predicted him to go. I think Titans, but who knows if they'll have the money.
Yeah. Probably going to be the Titans, but a dark horse I can honestly see being the Broncos. Dark horse. But
yeah, there's like no way he doesn't go anywhere but the Titans to me. So the next guy we're going to talk about here is my boy, Kenyan Drake, the Miami Miracle Man. Certified beast on the Cardinals now. Where do you guys see him going? I personally think he just goes back to the Cardinals.
Yeah, no, he's staying.
As much as I want him to go back there, they're going to have to get rid of David Johnson first. They have $39 million in cap space, but yet again, it's another team where they need more shoes to fill than one running back. Because we saw what Chase Edmonds did when he had the full starter. It's just a very productive offense. I'm not saying like Kenyan Drake's bad or anything, but they need a lot more than just getting a 26-year-old running back when they could easily roll out there with David Johnson and Chase Edmonds and have the same record. So I don't know. I could see him like tagging him because he showed a little bit. Maybe like show me 1 more year, then we're going to pay you because then they can get rid of David Johnson next year. So I think the Cardinals make sense, but I think he's kind of like the discounted Melvin Gordon. Like a team will maybe go get him if they miss on Melvin Gordon. But the Buccaneers, I think, would be really cool too.
Yeah, definitely. Shout out to David Johnson, the Fantasy Counselors 101. We all love that guy. He's a genius, actually, amongst the fantasy.
What about the bald guy?
Exactly. Shout out to the bald guy. Tyler, what are you thinking?
Yeah, I mean, he goes back to Arizona.
I mean, that's not what I want. I want to know what your thoughts about the Fantasy Counselors.
Oh.
No, I'm just kidding. Talk about Kenyan Drake.
I'm pretty sure he's a Shades man too, so I can't judge him. I'm all for the Shades game. Obviously, you guys are fucking traitors. Put on Shades last video, and now you guys.
So did Tyler just say he really likes David Johnson? Like not directly, but he just said he likes David Johnson. I think.
Oh yeah, absolutely. No, I've been mocking him at like my 103 right now, only because I got kickers going above him. Kickers this year, come back. Keep kickers early. By the way, your mom's not an idiot. She's understanding the fantasy trends. So, we got a glasses feature in the audience now. Appreciate it, Nick. Again, let's get back to content. I think Kenyan Drake goes and stays with Arizona. Obviously, they have the money to take care of that. I hate David Johnson. He will leave someday. But
What the fuck?
all right, so we're all going shades, and we're completely unproductive right now.
Utter broken.
Oh my gosh, what a mess! Yeah, he stays with Arizona. Next, anybody?
All right,
That's
next
all I
guy.
have.
I got a
I guess I'll
sleeper.
go.
No, I didn't
Oh,
go
yeah,
yet.
sleeper. All right, go.
Don't put it past the Redskins to sign him, man. I'm telling you.
Oh my God, why
Don't
would
put
they
it
do
past them.
that? Like, why?
You got two
Ugh.
injury-prone running backs.
Okay, but they had AP who just ran for 1,000 yards. Like, how much
Who's
more is
what, 35
Kenyan?
years old?
Yeah, but how much more is Kenyan Drake gonna run than AP? Like, I mean, like, it's the Redskins. Yet again, a team that needs way more to fill. They need a
That
freaking
fucking
quarterback
line
to
will
start.
collapse under the pressure, like Lizzo sitting down on a goddamn fucking chair. He's gonna get smashed into. There's literally no chance that he has a chance on the fucking Redskins.
I
Dwayne
wouldn't put it past
Haskins,
the front office.
No, not at all.
they can't even get fans to attend the game. How do you think Kenyan Drake is gonna want to attend going to every fucking game?
Oh,
That guy,
gosh.
he's gonna hate it.
He did it for the Dolphins.
But hey, they still had a chance to win the division at like 3-7 in week 10. So
Shout out the Cowboys. All right. Next guy here, the final guy of the video, I'm pretty sure, because we already touched on Carlos Hyde, Lamar
Yeah.
Miller, and Jordan Howard. The final guy in the video, Mr. RFA, Matthew Burita. What do you guys think?
did they put a tender on him yet? Do you know, Tyler?
Oh gosh, I don't believe so.
It's
yet,
probably
but
third or fourth round, I'd say.
It can't be anything higher than that.
I think he's gonna leave, honestly.
But where's
I
he
just-
gonna go? You know?
I mean, the team the Bears, the Texans, really any team that needs just that complimentary back. Yeah, I mean, like the Dolphins, that'd be an okay throw for a fourth round pick, just to have a explosive guy in the backfield to pair with. I don't know, say you draft like Jonathan Taylor or something. So I just don't think he goes back to the Niners because we saw what any running back can do in the Niners backfield. So there's no need for the Niners to pay him. Pretty much is where I stand on that.
Yeah, now I know that this is off topic. Is Jerick McKinnon signed back with the 49ers? Like, what the
Yeah,
fuck is
he's
that?
like-
No,
he's like one of
dead.
He's like a top 5 paid running back in the league right now.
No, he's
why I
not.
don't-
No way.
That's what he got to be close.
Dude, Jerick McKinnon's a god, dude. He deserves all the money. Again, this is another back. We're out of free agency. He deserves all the money got handed to him because he's a proven guy.
Yeah, he
works on
deserved all the money.
49ers. Great. He played every single snap this year. I love him.
It was
Remember
a
how good he was in
4-year,
Atlanta?
$30 million contract, so $8.5 million a year, I believe. If I do my math right now, I can't do math.
Oh my god.
7.5 million a year,
What the fuck? That's half of what Tony Romo makes.
exactly. And he hasn't played a single down for him yet.
Well, neither has Romo, so don't worry about it.
Exactly.
Okay.
Romo's probably dead in the fucking corner in the booth. But with that said, the video is pretty much over. Shout out to Frank Gore. He's coming back to Miami, I believe. That is the rumor. I love Frank
Oh,
Gore. Old man Frank Gore, that
Don't
old
draft a running
bastard.
back. Roll with him.
No.
You guys think the Steelers can make a play for one?
Yeah, they're gonna get Jonathan
Yeah,
Taylor.
with $1 million in their cap.
I think they're gonna draft one. They're gonna cut a couple people and draft one, and they'll be fine. With 50-year-old Big Ben, who can't even drop back.
No, James Conner's a god. What are you talking about? They're not
He's
going to give me
terrible.
James Conner.
He's not
James Conner's
terrible,
a
but-
god.
Like I said, it's a system running back.
Whatever.
I've
You know,
never been a Connor guy, man.
No.
I don't think anyone's a Connor guy aside from me. I love that guy.
Ugh.
People
He's just so like average. Like, what does he do?
He sits
Catches
behind
the ball.
one of the best
And
offensive
he
lines
runs.
in the league.
Like, he doesn't have talent.
Well, he shows up on like Le'Veon Bell, so that's why people like him.
It's true.
Bro.
Yeah. All right. So thank you
right.
guys all for watching this fucking video. Do you guys have anything else to say or no? We good?
Yeah, 50 million views, and I'll take off the glasses next video.
All right. Yeah. This will definitely get 50 million views. So thank you guys all for watching. Click that
Fucking keep it
subscribe button.
rolling.
Click on one of the other videos. We're gonna be back tomorrow. Maybe this is the last video. Who fucking knows? There's gonna be all types of videos. Dan's looking real good with those glasses. Click the subscribe button
Right.
over his head. Click the fucking one of the other videos, and have a great day. Goodbye.